2010. Since then, I've been involved with the city on doing best practices glass and was a member of the CSA committee, which produced this terrific standard for bird-friendly design. Last year, I joined the board of Bird of Flat Canada to continue to advocate. As an architect, I quickly came to realize that a sustainable building is not truly sustainable until it's bird-friendly. I'm proud to say that my professional association, the Ontario Association of Architects, is in full support of bird-friendly measures. And in an open letter to our profession, the president, Susan Spiegel, reiterated the OAA's support, noting the importance of producing a single province-wide standard for bird-friendly design, which could be incorporated into the Ontario Building Code. The CSA A460 Bird-Friendly Building Design standard presents a ready and achievable opportunity to ensure efficacy, feasibility, and consistency in bird-friendly design across the province. This is a provincial matter. We thank the OAA, they're our provincial body. The CSA standard is the way forward to make our buildings truly sustainable. And in closing, to put it more colloquially, remember, a green building ain't green until it's bird-friendly.
Thank you, John. Our next speaker is Albert Cole, an environmental lawyer.
Good morning, my name is Albert Cole. Ontario law prohibits bird collisions with windows. In other words, the Environmental Protection Act makes clear that building owners, developers, or managers cannot permit reflected light which kills birds or migratory birds. Specifically, it's Section 14 of the Environmental Protection Act. Unfortunately, governments, both at the provincial and federal level, haven't been enforcing the law, which has left it then to non-profit groups to enforce the law. I was involved in the lead prosecutor in a case in 2013 against Cadillac Fairview for a building where hundreds of birds were being killed each year. The court in that case, Ontario Court of Justice, confirmed the interpretation of the law that I just told to you. One of the best ways, one of the best solutions, however, to deal with this, especially in light of the inability or unwillingness of governments to enforce the law, is to incorporate this CSA bird-friendly design guideline into the Ontario Building Code. So that's why I certainly believe that this is an important solution and that we need action from the provincial government to protect the values that are at stake here, which are healthy nature and abundant wildlife that serves us in so many different ways. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Albert. Our next speaker is Emily Rondell, the president of the Toronto Ornithological Club.
Hi, everybody. As I was introduced, my name is Emily Rondell, and I'm the president of the Toronto Ornithological Club, which, if you're not familiar with us, is a community of over 400 people who are bird observers, bird enthusiasts, and also bird conservationists with activities centered within the city of Toronto. We're extremely grateful to MPP Cover for putting forward this motion because in Toronto, this issue of bird collision has been top of mind for an extremely long time. And it does make sense on an intuitive level, the reason why. We live in an extremely built-up environment with a lot of buildings and a lot of collision points. And we have a lot of people here who observe those. Like Michael mentioned, a lot of us have a personal experience with this issue. But it's a little bit more than that as well. Here in Toronto, we're lucky to live in an extremely important migratory bird habitat. Not only do we lie at the confluence of two major migratory flyways or migration routes, the Mississippi Flyway and the Atlantic Flyway, but we're also on the north shore of Lake Ontario, Great Lake, and an enormous migration obstacle for a lot of birds. And so what that means is that during spring migration, when birds have flown over Lake Ontario, normally at night, they rest here in Toronto before continuing their journey north. And it also means that in fall, in peak migration, like right now, a lot of birds rest here and wait for the right conditions for their Lake Ontario crossing, which is so arduous. So because we have so many birds, so many people, and so many buildings, which we're very lucky and proud that Toronto has been so pivotal in the fight against this issue. So, groups like the Fail Light Awareness In the city of Toronto and in building, and designing the first bird-friendly design guidelines, their experts in 2020 have done a lot of groundwork in order to understand the issue of bird collision, in order to mitigate it, and also to help spread the word as well. So we're really thrilled with this motion, and we're really happy that the groundwork that was laid here in Toronto can now be implemented across the province as well.
Thank you, Emily. I just want to mention the reason we chose this location for our press conference this morning is because the windows behind us at Toronto City Hall are bird friendly. If you go up close, you can see little white dots. I believe they're spaced 5 inches by 5 inches, and those alert the birds that that is actually a solid object, so the birds do not fly into that. That's the kind of treatment that we would like to see on all new construction across the province. And the other thing that I'd like to mention is that we'll be putting out a press release shortly, and we have the support of Margaret Atwood for this motion that we brought forward, and we have a quote from her in the press release that we'll be putting out. And finally, I'd like just to show you some pictures of birds by the bird photographer Priya Ramsey, just to tell you and show you what we're actually talking about here. And these are all birds that are common in Toronto even. This is an indigo bunting. This is a Sawat apple, or Sawat owl. This is a scarlet tanager. And this one is a black and white warbler. And the next picture, just to give a caution, it is a black and white tanager warbler that collided with the window and then died. So just to show you what we're trying to prevent, this is what we're trying to prevent. This is a black and white warbler that collided with the window and was picked up by a volunteer with Black Canada. So this is what we need to stop. We need to stop the 25 million birds a year that collide with windows in Canada. And the motion that we have before the legislature is one step in that direction. So we'll stop here and we'll take questions. Are there any questions?
Pretty well covered.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to all the